Good afternoon, this is Carolyn, and welcome to Scrapbooking with a Twist. We are going to make Teal the End embellishment this afternoon. This one I think comes out actually in April. I'm doing it a little bit ahead of time. Comes out in April. This is kind of on the greenish side of teal, but it's teal. We're going to call it teal. I had a couple of different materials, papers that I used. This one, I just absolutely love this paper. It's so pretty. I don't know if I've got a big enough scrap to show you what it looks like. Yeah, here's one. It's just so pretty. But I didn't have enough of it to do everything, so I used some of this, and I didn't think I was going to like this, but then I really did. You can actually see it a lot better on this one, but I just loved that paper so much. So we're going to make one. And it's pretty simple, shouldn't take us very long to do it. This is 7 inches by 1 1/4. This is 6 3/4 by 1 inch. And I tried it in the 6 inch, and it was fine. It just scooted it in a little bit, but I just thought it was a little crowded. And so I went to the 7 inch, and I saved all of these pieces. These are like the 5 inch pieces that were cut off. And if I do a 2-page layout, I'm gonna try to incorporate some of these on the adjoining page and try to use them. So let's just get this glued. Mostly it's just gluing, so I may go ahead and do the twist real quick once I get my glue on here because this shouldn't take but a minute to do. This is another one of those that this wasn't really what I was thinking I was going to do, and then when I ended up with this color, I thought, oh, we've got a teal swap coming up, so that will work. I've been having trouble finding what I want to do for the stitched swap, but it'll be long gone by the time this airs. Okay, so there's that. Let me go ahead and read the twist, get started on the twist. I saw this on Facebook here a while back, and it said, everything in our life is a reflection of a choice we've made. If we want a different result, we must make a different choice. So my question was, how can we make better choices? And so the scripture I found to go with that was James, oops, I just threw one of my little dots away, was James 1:5. And it says, if any of you lacks wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you. You know, the definition of insanity, I just had I forgot now, maybe it was in last week's sermon in our church. The definition of insanity is to keep doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting a different result. And it's the same with our choices. We keep making those choices. For example, we keep arguing, like with our spouse or our kids or something, and then wonder why we can't get that relationship working better. And we keep doing the same thing and then wonder why that relationship's not working better. So I just thought, you know, that scripture just so clearly tells us that we need to turn to God and ask Him for wisdom, plead for His wisdom, and then He can give us a different perspective and help us see what we can do to make it better. I think I had another note written on there that I was going to see. Oh, the other thing about that scripture is, have you ever, like, you know, asked someone, or someone voluntarily gives you their wisdom, and they treat you like you're stupid? You know, like, well, can't you see that you're just arguing with them, and how are you ever going to get things better? It's almost like they're treating you, putting you down for it. And this scripture, this is James, the brother of Jesus, that's writing this. And he says that God gives us that wisdom freely without finding fault. That's pretty amazing. So we do have a way to help us make better choices, and that's to ask God for His wisdom. Okay, so you saw what I did here. Like, I sometimes instead of just putting the title on something, I like to double. Sometimes I'll even triple it. This time I'm doubling it because this is pretty thick paper. But just cut an extra one. This one I haven't even punched out yet. But just cut an extra and then glue one on top of the other. You don't even have to use the same paper. You can use scrap, some kind of scrap, and put under these. But this one I had those little pieces, so I just used the same paper. So we're going to go ahead and glue our title on here. So sweet. I love this little cutout. I've used it, this little title cutout. I've used it a lot. So sweet. It is cold here today. We were supposed to have Bible study tonight, and our pastor's wife leads it, and she was getting sick, and so we have it twice a month. So we decided we would just cancel tonight and not get out in this weather and give her a chance to get better. So there's our title. Then we're going to put our bow. This is really, I don't know if you can see in the video, but this is really a neat punch. It stitches, it has the stitch around it, and then of course you can bend it, and I think I actually put that on foam. So let's just do that. Let's see, did I put the bottom one on foam? Yes, that's where I put the foam. It was on the bottom one. Just a tiny little piece is all we need. Oops, I've got a visitor. I have a visitor knocking me. No, no, you need to go back over there. She woke up from a nap and decided she needed some attention. Well, let's see if we can get, I cut that before I pulled the little backing off of it. Get that on the back. This is the only foam tape I used. So let's get that on there. And then this comes with that same one, and it's just the smaller one. And it has the stitching all around it also. So we're going to put it right in the middle of that. And then I decided that I was going to go one more layer and do a layer of this on top of that. And in order to make it show, like the underneath one show a little, I decided that I would just cut right along that stitching on this one. Just on that outside part. Just right along that stitching. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then I actually inked that. I did not ink anything else, but I did ink the edges of this little bow. Just to, I tried inking this strip, and I didn't, and that's unusual for me, but I didn't like it as well. Because normally I ink everything. And if this isn't perfectly straight, it doesn't matter because it's gonna, well, the inking helps with it, but we're just trying to help that one underneath show a little bit since these are the same, exact same size. Gonna give it a little fold right there. And a dot of glue, and then stick it right in the middle. And whenever my teammates get this, they can certainly, you know, bend them up so that they show a little better. But anyway, there's that. And then I decided since I wanted some enamel dots, well, of course I don't have enamel dots this color, so I just punched some holes with my 2 different size hole punches, and I'm going to put the bigger one right here in the middle of that bow. So look, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, plus some inking, so like 8 layers. And I'm gonna just do a couple like this, one maybe over there, of these little ones, and I'm gonna double them, just like I did my title. And I mean, they're perfectly fine like this, but again, just to give them a little more dimension, I'm gonna double them. I use my paper a lot for enamel dots. I don't purchase enamel dots a whole lot, and so I use my paper a lot, often, for my enamel dots. So there we go. So sweet. And we've got lots of layers. So I hope you like it. I hope my teammates like it. It is the teal, the end, so the one where we had to use teal. So thanks for dropping by my channel today. I know you could be anywhere, and I appreciate you so much. So have a blessed day and be a blessing to someone else. Bye-bye.